hockey is brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. In, up, fix, out. Dobbs does it all. Get great offers on most 2014 and 2015 Chevy models. Find new roads at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. A reminder from Budweiser. Designate a driver and enjoy the great times. And a packed house tonight at Scottrade as the Blues take on the LA Kings. And a bit earlier, our Darren Pang cut up with the captain, David Backes.
John, thanks very much. A little different look, obviously, with TJ Oshie going through what he's going through right now. But your line has played really, really well. What have been some of the things you've been doing well as a group?
We're doing all the little things, working our butts off, but checking well, getting pucks back, and staying tenacious on it. And he's a big part of it. We'll miss him while he's gone, but hopefully he can deal with the family stuff he's got going on and put that behind him and get right back to playing well like he was before he left.
Well, you sure are playing well as a team, and always a good test when you face the defending Stanley Cup champions. Is that still a term you would use inside the locker room as a measuring stick for your club?
We're thinking it's game 30 or 31, whatever. It's 2 points on the line, but when you got a great team coming in, you're going to need a great effort. We play them 2 nights in a row, so we can't hold anything back. Got to lay it all on the line and see what we got tonight.
David, thank you.
All right, thanks, Panger.
And we thank Captain David Backes, our Dobbs starting goaltenders. Jake Allen makes his 3rd consecutive start, has never faced the Kings in the regular season. Jonathan Quick has started 5 of the last 6 in goal for Los Angeles. As Schwartz starts on left wing with Backes and Steen against the Kopitar line. And Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who remind fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And right off the face-off, the Blues dump it in. For the Kings, it is Jeff Carter, Anze Kopitar, and Dustin Brown, as the Kings, Darren, have mixed up their lines from the last time we saw them in mid-October.
They certainly have. They've even broken up that great line, the 70s line as well, that had so much success early on in the season.
And now the Kings come in. Here's a shot by Brown and a blocker save by Jake Allen. So he's into the game. And now Jeff Carter, who hasn't scored in a dozen games. Carter at the line. And that's blocked. And now we get a penalty here.
It's going to be a minor penalty on Bouwmeester. He got his blade of his stick wrapped around the elbow.
Number 19. 2 minutes for hooking.
Hooking call there on Carter. And once it was locked into that elbow, he just let go of it. Carter did a good job on this cycle, coming back up along the boards and trying to turn into it. The middle of the ice, but that stick right in the elbow area.
Kings power play ranked 20th at 15.5%. And here's Jeff Carter. And a shot and a pad saved by Allen. He's down. And he has it between his legs. But of late, the Kings have struggled. 1 for their last 18 over 5 games.
Yeah, and here's the minor penalty here. You see Bouwmeester on the right side. He just had with one hand on his stick. He's reaching out there, and it gets tangled in right on the hands of Carter. And as Carter continues on, he let go of his stick.
And now it is Kopitar on the faceoff. Draw won by Lapierre and hammered down the ice by Alex Pietrangelo. The Kings power play featuring Doughty and Muzzin on defense.
Amazing on the road. It's only 10.6%, 26th in the NHL.
And 0 for the last 27 against the Blues over 6 games. Here comes Gaborik, a 3-time 40-goal scorer. And that's blocked by Lapierre, and he'll backhand it down the ice. Meanwhile, the Blues have killed 19 of the last 22 against.
So they've already gone through their 3rd pairing on the penalty kill already.
Now Doughty in for Jarrett Stoll. A pass hit a stick, comes back to Muzzin. And then Williams in a corner, stripped by Shattenkirk. And now walked along and chipped down the ice by Schwartz. And Schwartz in on Doughty. Schwartz stole it. He looks in the slot, finds Butler, and his shot was blocked, and it carries back to the line. And then slap shot it down the ice by Kevin Shattenkirk.
J.K. Alexander-Steen had come off the bench, and he was trailer right there. And if Butler would have seen him, he might have had a chance to go back to his left.
Now Stoll comes in, 40 seconds left. And the Kings give it up again. Pietrangelo launches it down the ice. LA's last game was Sunday, a 4-3 shootout loss in Toronto. And they're 1-3-1 in their last 5. Now Lapierre out of the corner. And he'll brush the the puck to center ice. Slowed up by number 70, Tanner Pearson. And now it's Brayden McNabb, number 3. Back for Martinez. Off a leg, comes in front. Cleaned up by Pietrangelo. He turns and whips it all the way down the ice. So some great penalty killing here by the Blues. The Kings, one shot on the power play.
That's a good way to start the game. Gets a crowd into it. A great penalty kill by the Blues. And a frustrating power play from LA.
Now Green to center ice. Tipped along by Lewis. And the Fredericton, New Brunswick native Allen handles it. And the Blues clear it down the ice. This should be an icing call as Regeer goes back. And that indeed is the call.
I'm not sure why that would be icing. And the Blues are asking the same question right now as it goes off the glass and goes by Matt Green, but it gives us a chance now for our Toyota keys to the game. Now, obviously against a team like LA, very well coached. They win a lot of board battles. You got to be tough there and be strong on your sticks. And this group, they go in the corners and they go hacking and whacking like you read about John Kelly. They're strong on them for sure.
And the Blues win the faceoff. Shattenkirk. Then ahead for Laterra. Payarvi back in the lineup tonight. He's on this STL line. And that's dumped in by Lindboe. And now Tarasenko works the corner. Kings get it ahead, but not out. Shattenkirk walks the line. Deals on to Tarasenko, a drive. That got through. And a save by Quick. And now the Blues get it again. Here is Jori Laterra. Hounded from behind by Muzzin. Now Laterra trying to find some open ice. Gets it down low for Payarvi, who's been a healthy scratch in 9 of the last 10 games. Now Payarvi, one hand on the stick. Had Tarasenko open for a moment. Now leaves it for the Russian. And then back to Payarvi. Had Shattenkirk breaking in, but that pass blocked. Cleared up the board, kept in by Lindboe. And now Muzzin for the Kings.
That was a very good shift by Jori Laterra. Very good shift. Strong on the puck, doesn't give it up, and keeps the play alive in the offensive zone.
Now Shattenkirk, he blocks a pass, feeds Reeves, tipped one to the corner. Takes out Regeer, and now Chris Porter back of the goal. Now Porter pulls up and has some room on the far side. Chased by Carter, and that bounced on Bouwmeester, and that's a tough break for the Blues. And Allen ahead to Pietrangelo. That's tipped down the ice by Reeves, but he was on his own side of center ice, icing called.
I'm sure Magnus Payarvi is just excited about getting into a game situation here. Shattenkirk does a nice job on the right point, walks it, goes back to his left. Quick little shot there by Tarasenko with a redirection by Laterra in front. And then Laterra here doesn't give up the puck. He just continues on, and that's a good hard shift in the offensive zone by that line. Magnus Payarvi obviously replacing Schwartz, who's replaced TJ Oshie on that line.
And off the faceoff, Reeves rocks Regeer again with a big hit. And now it is Kopitar. He feeds Jeff Carter. Long shot, bounces around in front, and knocked away by Pietrangelo. And then Lafayette trying to clear it out. That's kept in by Kopitar. And then the captain, Dustin Brown. Former U.S. Olympian back on the point. Now Bouwmeester loses his stick. And the Blues get the puck, and Bouwmeester can head off. Here's Pietrangelo. Back for Shattenkirk. Up the boards, intended for Steen. And that goes the distance off the boards, covered by Quick. And we get a whistle. Well, holiday packs are going fast, and time is running out. 3- and 5-game packs are still available, but you need to act fast. Blues reps are manning the phones right now and will take orders until the start of the third period. Call 314-622-BLUE for details. Not dressed tonight for the Blues. Lindstrom, Cole, and we mentioned Oshie. Here's a shot from the line. Shattenkirk just missed. And now back is trying to make a play. That's blocked by Marian Gaborik. But the Blues get it back at center ice. Schwartz hooks one in for Shattenkirk. Had a goal in the Blues last game in Denver on Saturday. Stoll back in the goal. He's checked. Schwartz centers it. Oh, Steen was there, but it was knocked away by McNabb. Now Steen gets it again. On the cycle for Backes. Backes in front. And that's off the skate of Doughty. And the Kings lift it out. And here's Butler back in the lineup tonight. Reverses for Shattenkirk. Hit by Steen and recovered by the Kings. Now off the board, Butler for Paul Stastny. In the forecheck. Takes out His man met Green. And then Pearson spun around. Richards dodges the hit from Ott. Kept in by Jackman. A drive and a pad save by Quick. Now centered. Off Quick's pad. As Stastny trying to catch him napping. Now Stastny to the top to Jackman, who has points in 4 straight games. That ties his career high. Now Otta, feet in front to Stastny, and he just lost the handle. And the Kings come up with it in Green, off the boards and out.
Kings got away with a hold on the stick right there on Stastny on the top of the left faceoff dot.
And now the puck to center ice for Ott, late on his shift. And he'll drop it back to the veteran Jackman. With 13:35 left in the first period. Now the Blues to center. Tarasenko has room. He comes in front off Laterra. It's loose, and now covered by the catching glove of Jonathan Quick, and Payarvi bangs away in front. And we get a break here with 13:25 to go in this scoreless first period.
Well, the Blues have done a good job of getting that fourth line on the ice right there, and you see Ryan Reeves off to a real good start. Good physical hit twice on Robin Regehr, which is natural. Right winger going up against the lefty. Then David Backes gets in there on the forecheck alongside Ott, and some good battles in front of the net. And that's what's going to take, too. You're going to have to play whistle to whistle with these not wanting to take a minor penalty during the scrums. But I like the fact that Blues are really, really involved in this hockey game. And it all started with that good penalty kill right off the hop.
And Backes wins the faceoff. Here is Steen, and a shot, and a pad save by Quick. Darren, we talked to associate coach Brad Shaw before the game, and he made a good point. He said the Blues have got to play their game, which is a physical game. But he said at the same time, you don't want to make the Kings mad because they're a big team. It's sort of a fine line.
No, it is. They feed off it, and they're waiting for you to retaliate. They're a very disciplined club. You win 2 Stanley Cups in the last 4 years. You're a disciplined club. You try to get in the kitchen of certain players and get them to retaliate to take minor penalties.
And this is an icing call, of course. Daryl Sutter behind the Kings bench for the 4th consecutive year, coming up on the anniversary of his hiring back on December 20th, 2011.
Well, when you look at what Daryl Sutter's squad has done the last 2 games and losses, 182 attempted shots in the last 2 games, losing 6-2 at Montreal and 4-3 in the shootout at Toronto.
Those are a lot of attempts in 2 games. Now it is Backes, his shot on goal, and a save by Quick, kept in by Butler. Down low to Backes, gets some help from Schwartz. Now Schwartz in front, and that drive was blocked at the defense and hit Martinez. And now Brown at center ice, he's stripped by Schwartz, and the Blues get the puck back.
A good start to the game from Jaden Schwartz, real good. He's on his game when he's hunting down the puck, isn't he, JK?
He is persistent.
That's right.
Now Muzzin for the captain Brown, and his pass a good one off Carter's stick though, and now recovered by Butler. Shattenkirk right on the tape of Laterra, and he darts in. Laterra's drive off a stick to the corner, and now Magnus Payarvi in the slot. Tarasenko, and little stutter step move, he lost the puck, and the Kings the other way with Gabriel. Trying to cut to the middle, and a good stick broke it up. Doughty follows up. Here's Doughty in front, a drive, and a save by Allen. The rebound is knocked wide by Stoll. And then Pietrangelo in on Stoll. Laterra supports, gets it away, and moved along by Bouwmeester.
Oh, what a read by Doughty. Doughty came up on the rush. He was the 4th man up on the rush, attacking the Blues zone, and he kind of cut back to his left, found the loose puck, and then he changes the angle on Jake Allen. That's a heck of a save with the right pad.
Now Tanner Pearson down his off wing. Good stick there by Bouwmeester. Now he's lost his stick. Bouwmeester's had a tough start. A penalty, and twice he's lost his stick.
He needs some stickum.
Yes, he does. And now the Blues at the line don't clear it.
Didn't Fred Biletnikoff use that stickum pretty well?
Yeah, I think they had to put a rule in place because he used too much. Now it's played across. Here is Green, the former Oiler. Back to King. And his shot or pass well wide. And then Pearson after it for McNabb. And he throws it high to the corner. Comes down to Green, a drive, and a glove save by Allen. And no further play.
Well, you've got to keep your eye on where Drew Doughty is at all times. I mean, obviously, he's an offensive threat, but he came in here sniffing around, finds it, cuts to the middle, maybe the most dangerous type of shot is when you don't stay on your angle, but you make a cut towards the middle. You're changing the angle entirely, and he tries to go back against the grain to the stick side. And, you know, behind all this, Jake Allen hasn't faced a whole lot of rubber in this game, but boy, he has looked very, very sharp to begin it.
The Blues are the third best face-off club. The Kings are middle of the pack at 11th. And the Blues win the face-off. And skated to center ice by Reeves. And the Winnipeg native gets it down low for Porter. In Porter's last game, he had a goal and 1 assist. But then has been scratched for a couple. That'll show him, Darren.
That tough competition, isn't it?
Wow. Now Porter a shot. That goes wide. Here's Reeves. Near the line for the rookie Lindbohm. Clifford trying to get it out. And now the puck is taken by the Kings and Martinez. That's poked in deep by Clifford. Allen sets the table back on the goal for Jackman. Up the wall for Reeves. And Lapierre at the line did not clear it. And then Clifford along the boards.
Yeah, that puck has got to find its way out of the zone there.
Now to Foley back of the goal. Try to center one. Lindbohm there. Jams it ahead. Here is Porter. Foley stole it from him. Centered, but that's blocked by Lindbohm. And now Reeves again across the red line. And this one does go deep and quick for Jake Muzzin, who was signed as a free agent as he found a spot in the Kings defense. That's rolled in by Jeff Carter. To the corner now for Butler. And off the boards and out. And no icing as Doughty races back. And he is shadowed there by Schwartz. Quickly to center ice for Brown. Into Kopitar. Across to Carter. And a shot on goal. And Allen drops it. That was ticklish for a moment, but he has it. And we get a whistle just past the midway point of the first period. No score at Scottrade.
Well, Jonathan Quick is a phenomenal goaltender. Highly talented, big game mentality. And when you look at his career against St. Louis in our BJC healthcare difference maker, look at the last 15 games. 13-2, 1.32 goals against average, stopping 95% of the shots that comes his way. And boy, was he brilliant in the Blues' first game in LA this year. 1-0 shootout, lost by the Blues to Jonathan Quick.
Stopping all 43 as the Blues outshot the Kings 43-18 in that game. Now it's picked up by Bouwmeester. In for Stastny.
Everybody's dropping their stick.
And now it's Berglund. Stastny has averaged a point a game in his career against the Kings. Now back of the goal for Ott. Trying to center one. Grabbed by Gaborik.
Oh, neat pass by Gaborik right there.
And the Kings exit the zone. Led by Doughty. Into Gaborik. A shot up high and a blocker save by Allen. And the Blues put it on the wall. And now Berglund to center ice. That's tipped along by Ott. And it goes by Muzzin. And now Jake Muzzin back to get it. Here the Kings to center ice. And Dwight King, the younger brother of former Blue DJ King, hit on the forecheck. But Butler some fancy footwork onto center ice. Tarasenko through a seam to Laterra. Now Laterra back for Tarasenko. And his pass was off a stick. And the Kings tip it back to center ice. And Butler feeds it. That was intended for Laterra. It goes the distance. And icing called against the Blues.
Well, Marian Gaborik was a great offensive force last year during the playoffs. But let's take a look here if we can. We've got 1, 2, and 3 forwards of the Blues. Keep your eye on the little pass right here by number 12 in the white. One little backhand pass really beats 3 guys. And 3 guys in deep for the Blues and 4 LA Kings coming the other way. That was a great little pass.
Gaborik led all goal scorers with 14 goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs and cashed in with a new 7-year deal in the offseason. And now Butler to center ice. Crazy hot Paajarvi wide open net. And he shot that one wide after he hit a seam in the glass, and Paajarvi almost gave the Blues the lead. And now Shattenkirk down the boards. Here's Backes to the line. Lindbohm kept it in momentarily, and now it bounces by him to center ice. Darren, was that net as wide open as it appeared from my angle?
Yeah, no question about that, because Jonathan Quick was already over to his left side. He had to push quickly to the right, but there was definitely room. The puck was bouncing and wobbling there on Magnus Paajarvi, And obviously not getting into too much game timing as well. It's got to be difficult for the Swede. The dump in by Butler, and you can see that. Stop it here if we can. See the goalie ends up going this way first, and then he ends up having to look back the other way, and this one just slides by on the short side for Magnus Paajarvi.
That was close.
Oh.
Shot 6-4 for the Kings, no score. And Reeves.
John, we've seen some weird bounces in this building.
Yeah, on opening night, it cost the Blues.
That's right.
The Rangers got
the Rangers. Pietrangelo tried to dump it off the glass, yeah.
And look out here at the Blues bench as the puck is lobbed out of play. Of course, these clubs will play once again Thursday in LA as the Blues begin a 3-game road trip, their final games before the Christmas break. Now Lapierre against Lewis. And the faceoff controlled by the Blues. Kings are wrapping up a 5-game road trip. And a pass to center ice for Clifford. Too far. Now it's stolen by the Kings in front, and a drive blocked by Jackman. Big play. That's Toffoli. Found a loose puck in the slot.
That's really good timing by going down for Jackman. That leaves only going up above him, and you can see that the goalie Jake Allen was ready for anything above him.
Now the Kings roll it back to the goal. Here's Jackman around the board. Schwartz there. He was checked. Back of line. Doughty a drive, and that hits Schwartz in the ankle or foot, and it goes out of play. And that stung a bit.
Yeah, right on the outside of the boot right there. Schwartz just drags his leg. He had to do whatever you can do in that situation because Drew Doughty, the right-hand shot, brings it back into his skates right here, brings it back in, and you can see the positioning there of Jaden Schwartz, and here's the play by Barrett Jackman. That is just such a well-timed play by the veteran defenseman, Barrett Jackman.
Jackman +8 in his last 4 games. Now Muzzin with it. That shot blocked by Backes, and Schwartz no worse for the wear. He walks in. Schwartz to the net. Tipped just wide by Backes. And now Pietrangelo follows up. Schwartz to Backes. Steen lurks in the deep slot. He gets it. Oof. But he can't pull the trigger. Kept in, though. And now Schwartz. And he was checked at the last second, and the puck to center ice. Bouwmeester for Backes. Back in for Steen. To Schwartz. One-timer, and he shot that wide with a rolling puck. And then Backes. Good hit on Carter. And it comes in front, taken care of by Jake Muzzin. And moved along by the Captain Brown. And his long shot. Easy one there for Allen. And we get the whistle.
Well, Jaden Schwartz is blending in beautifully with this line. He spent some time earlier on this season with them as well. So this one here wobbles off the end of the blade. I mean, obviously he doesn't get much on it. I think he's still in pain from blocking that shot in his own zone on Drew Doughty.
Big crowd on hand tonight. The Blues' final game at home before the Christmas break. As Stastny wins the faceoff. And now played ahead by Shattenkirk. And he will get it again. And his pass was out of the reach of Ott. And that'll be an icing call against the Blues. Well, Fox Sports Midwest takes you behind the scenes with the Cardinals front office and Cardinals Confidential inside the winter meetings. The 30-minute special premieres tomorrow at 6:30 on Fox Sports Midwest.
Well, John Kelly, referee Brian Pakmara, he actually stepped in there on that, knowing that it did hit the stick, so it nullifies the icing call. So that's why the face-off's at center ice.
And now we get a whistle and a penalty call from behind the play as Ott and Williams are involved.
You see, though, the way Williams, after everything's said and done, you know, Ott's trying to get him to engage, and he's got his arms to his side. And not going to retaliate. He knows that Ott's already in there to the penalty box, and there's a little hold there on the stick. Ott holds first, and then he takes a cross-check. And then there's a light little one-handed, oh boy. That's why the Blues players were giving it to Williams right there. Looked like he went down pretty easily, but you started all off right off the hop, though. You've got a hole in the stick, you got a cross-check in the back, and then you've got that.
And the Kings 0 for 1 tonight. Here's Jake Muzzin now for Doughty. And then Kopitar pressured by Pietrangelo. Carter back of the goal. Worked over by Bouwmeester. Now it's swung to the top. Muzzin a shot. And that is taken care of by Allen. Allen, how did he see that through a maze of players?
Well, key is getting really low in your crouch in that situation, John, because there's so much traffic in front. Muzzin does a good job of getting this on the net, but you can see the amount of bodies, and you got to fight. You got to fight through this traffic if you're the goaltender. It gets tipped once there by Marian Gaborik as well. See how low the position though is of Jake Allen. Arms really tight to his side so it doesn't squeeze through his left elbow and the side of his body.
And the Kings win the faceoff. Doughty's pass now for Carter. To the back. Muzzin with it, a shot and a goal set by Allen, who's razor sharp here in the first 14 and a half minutes.
Yeah, Jake Allen getting better and better, isn't he? Better and better. And that's why the coaching staff has kept him in the rotation here in the last three. This is a good shot by Muzzin. Again, no traffic in front. That's one of those positions where when there's no angle being changed, the goaltender will take that. A straight-on shot and good hands there by Allen.
Overall, the Blues at home 11-3-1. The Kings on the road 4-6-5.
Monday through Friday.
This lap here against Kopitar. 1:32 to go in Otts Minor. And Kopitar kicks it back. Muzzin now for Doughty. Takes a shot. Now Muzzin into Gaborik. Side of the goal. In front. Carter missed it. And it's tipped by the Blues lap here, but not out. Now Doughty has it again. And he rips that one high and wide. Comes around for Gaborik. Tipped out of midair by Berglund.
That's not a good choice there for Marian Gaborik. I mean, there was not much room to make a play anyway. And Berglund shows good hands knocking that out of midair.
Now Doughty drops it off. Now worked in by Kopitar, their first-round pick back in 05. And what a great two-way player he has become. And again, the Blues kill some time on this power play. And Stoll goes for a stroll back of his own goal. Now for Martinez, who had the cup-winning goal last year for L.A. Into Stoll, push back of the goal, played by Pietrangelo, and off the boards and to center ice, and now all the way down, courtesy of Stastny. The Blues' pressure game while killing penalties has been a lot better in the last dozen games or so, and that's why the numbers are better. Now in front, Shattenkirk knocks one back of the goal, and with lots of time, he puts it off the wall, and 200 feet down the ice.
To our right to far end there, Barrett Jackman and Jared Stoll falling on top of one another to the left of Jake Allen.
Now Brown comes in, late on the power play in front, taken by Pietrangelo off the board. Good play to Laterra, and that was at the line but not out. The Kings had two shots on that last power play. Now it's centered, tipped to the line to Green. Here's Green's shot up high, blocked by Bouwmeester. And then King with it, lost the handle, and moved on by Ott to center ice to Bouwmeester. Kings are now 0 for 2 in the power play. And then to the corner, King for Green. Up the board for Pearson. And then we're here at center ice. He'll throw one in deep. Big Blake King is after it. Tarasenko back to get it for the Blues to Shattenkirk. Now Pärvi loose at center ice. And he's the only Blue up there, so he dumps it back to the goal. Here's Regehr pass. Moved along by Toffoli. In on the wing, a shot pad save there by Allen. Lewis's low drive, and the Blues get the puck out.
And that pass by Schwartz just slightly ahead of Alex Steen. He just couldn't catch up to it in time.
Jake Allen, razor sharp early on, has stopped all King.
And alongside John Kelly, Darren Pang back here. Welcome back inside Scott Trade Center. And if you're a season ticket holder, you would have been a part of this. And that's why it's so imperative to be part of the family. Our dirt cheap snapshot of the game. There's Paul Stastny signing autographs there to season ticket holders in the holiday party. Guys were skating on the ice in the corridor. And a great old day for sure.
Yeah, some nice lunch was served, and quite a treat for the Blues' loyal season ticket holders. Reeves and Clifford having a battle again on the circle. Kings win the faceoff. Here comes Doughty, and a little delay there. That put the play offside.
You're right about that. Just that slight delay, and that's why it's so imperative just to push the puck quickly ahead of that blue line. And you control everything if you do that. And Doughty, just that slight little move. Yeah, and you're right about, Reeves and Clifford. They faced off every shift. It's been fourth line against fourth line, right winger against left winger. And they're battling for position there, as you can see.
What a year for Doughty last year, leading the Canadians to the gold medal in Sochi and, of course, a Stanley Cup. He was in the running for the Canadian Athlete of the Year. An award that he might be in the running for a lot in his career.
The Lou Marsh Award. Yeah, very prestigious award in Canada.
Now Jackman to center ice for Reeves, off his stick. Doughty gets it back, now in for Clifford. He comes in, a shot, and Allen saw that all the way. And another face-off, and now Clifford involved with Lindbom. And then Reeves comes in and says, I'll take care of this business.
This is what's exciting for Petteri Lindbom, and the way that he plays, the edge that he's got in his game, the physicality. He's perfectly suited for a series against the Los Angeles Kings. Loves this kind of stuff. And you can see as Clippers trying to get towards the net, Lindbom's protecting the net. You box out. You don't let the opposition just skate through your net. And there goes Ryan Reeves. He skates in as well. Reeves has had a real good start to this game, as we showed you on the forecheck, hitting Robert Revere a few times. But the coach early in this game has the confidence of getting that fourth line out on the ice.
Now Kopitar stole the puck. Back of the goal, checked by Backes. Then around for Steen, but the Blues can't clear it. And then the Slovenian Kopitar. Carter trying to work off the wall, and a good stick there by Steen to break it up. Well, he went back with it, though, and that was almost a big-time error. He just went straight back, and it went to the key player. And now the Blues to center ice, 3-on-2. And Backes off the skate, and that's an offside.
Well, all of us obviously here thinking about TJ Oshie and his family. It's his father, Coach Oshie's sister. And TJ Oshie been playing his best hockey of the season, without a doubt. Back-to-back game-winning goals against the Islanders, and at Colorado in overtime. Really has this overall game going. A lot more patience with the puck, in good position in the offensive zone. So, tough time for TJ Oshie. He lost his grandma Oshie just a few months ago as well.
Our thoughts with TJ and his family. And the Blues are hoping to get him back in the lineup on this upcoming road trip. Now it's Tarasenko in the corner. Kings break it up. Shots 11-4 for the visitors. Pounded back in by Butler. Now around Tarasenko. What a pass! Montero wide open in front, and that was blocked by Doughty after a brilliant feed by Tarasenko.
Yeah, it looked like Montero was trying to go back over to his right to Magnus Payarvi. Just couldn't jam it through the skates.
And then Butler to his partner Shattenkirk. Long rink-wide feed, too far for Ott. And that bounces down. And here is Doughty. Gabra, risky pass. Now to Williams, almost stripped there by Berglund. And the Blues recover.
I think Doughty's going to play 60 minutes, John. Has he left the ice yet?
Well, he averages over 28, so you're not too far off. And now Pearson in his own zone.
So I should have said 60 then.
Broken up by Lindbom, now in for Berglund. Berglund on the half wall. He's got some room. Moves in, a shot. And then Quick made the save. And that was the best chance of the opening period.
And then on the rebound, Lindbom followed up, but I don't know how this didn't go in underneath Jonathan Quick. Quick got his right pad sealed against the ice. Lindbom thinks he's got it. Good play by Berglund on the pull-up move here. Buy some time. Go to the net, and he does so. Great shot off the pipe. That hit the post, and the rebound's there. In the middle of your ice now, you're going to see the most dangerous area of the ice. Pearson overskates the puck, and it ends up Petteri Lindbom is right there in the slot. Tries to drive it underneath the goaltender.
Blues win the face-off. Lindbom looking for his first NHL goal. Nearly had it there. And now Mike Richards down low gets the puck to center ice. Here's Backes. He'll flip it right back in there. And Martinez down for number 44, Regier. And then Martinez to center. Good read there by Jackman. He steps up. Here he comes. Jackman a shot. And that's into the glove of Quick.
Well, Jonathan Quick is the most flexible goaltender out there. He's certainly his edge work. He's powerful. Powerful legs. Powerful lower half. And on this play here, as it hits the post, now he's looking to his right. Now Lindbom gets the second attempt. So Lindbom's coming into the play now and gets this rebound. And I don't know how it doesn't go in underneath him right there. See, he does the splits, full-on splits. Man.
Off the face-off, now it comes to Tarasenko. And he whiffed on the shot, and then it's lobbed high by Toffoli down the ice. And Pietrangelo reverses for Bouwmeester. 18 to go in the first period. Bouwmeester to center ice. Trickles in there, played by Doughty. And he looks up at the clock and gets the green light, and a shot blocked by Bouwmeester. Goes the other way with Lapierre. And that's dumped in and bounces and thrown back to the goal by Quick, and that will do it. A scoreless first period.
Well, the closest chance there, the shot by Berglund off the post, and then Petteri Lindblom right here. You see Pearson overskates it, and there's Lindblom there. It's on end, hits the bottom part of the pad, and just lies right there. But look at the splits. Holy jump. And our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison tonight, Jeff Carter's got 2 attempts so far in this game, and Jaden Schwartz has 2 as well. That's our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison.
All right, Panger, thanks so much. And 1 period in the books here. Blues and Kings are scoreless. You used to do the splits like that, didn't you?
No, never. I have scissors at home, but that's as close as I get. Not a chance.
Wow, what a first period, and not a lot of opportunities really for either team.
Well, you know what? The Blues took a couple of penalties, which they've got to stay away. Sooner or later, the Kings, who are now 1 for their last 20, are going to get a power play goal. But we knew this was going to be a feisty game. It's been very physical, and it's one of those teams that you've got to, scratch and claw until you get a scoring chance. And really, the Blues maybe had the best scoring chance right at the end, even though they got outshot 11-6.
All right, coming up on our St. Paul GM Country Intermission Report, we'll take a look at the first 20 minutes of play. Blues and Kings scoreless after 1. We've got more coming up. Stick with us here on Fox Sports Midwest.
Getting ready for the second period, and there's a young Pietrangelo fan walking the concourse. Looks like the 300 level. Probably going to visit old John Kelly up there in the booth. As we take a look at our line to watch for this game, obviously with Schwartz replacing TJ Oshie on that right side with David Backes and Alexander Steen, and Jaden Schwartz was hobbling around a little bit because he had a pretty good shot block right there. Went right over David Backes early on in that period. It makes a good play there by Steen to Schwartz, and that goes wide. Here's the shot block there by Jaden Schwartz as he drags his right leg, blocking the most dangerous offensive defenseman on the ice for the LA Kings, Drew Doughty.
And ready for the second period. Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And the Kings win the draw and drive it back to the goal. Kopitar in on the forecheck against Pietrangelo. He kicks it free now for Carter. And then back for Kopitar. Hounded by Pietrangelo. And then Kopitar knocked down back to the goal. Backes comes back defensively. And now Brown is in there, but the Blues take over. And here's Schwartz on the wall. On to center ice for Pietrangelo. And that's skewed around back of the goal for Backes. Muzzin gets it for the Kings. And ahead to Brown. Takes a man down. The puck taken by the Kings. And now moved along to center ice. Carter and Kopitar. They come in. And a pass in front. And Allen got over and made the save on Kopitar on that 2-on-1.
Well, Shattenkirk was a little in between there. By the time he does pinch on the right side, just in front of the Blues bench right there, just trying to keep it in. By that time, he needs somebody to read that, and Schwartz was there, kind of backing him up. But at that point, the puck squirts out there to Carter. Now it's a 2-on-1 break. Schwartz must got looking at the puck right there, and it ends up Alexander Steen is the one that ends up getting back.
And a great read there by Jake Allen to get across. Blues win the faceoff. They won 59% of the first period. How big is the first goal tonight? The Blues record with scoring first, well, are 14-3-1. The Kings even better. They're 12-3 when they score first. But Darren, goals are at a premium when these clubs get together. Of course, they played to a 0-0 tie after 65 minutes in Los Angeles.
Kind of games they are. And you're right about the importance of it there. You see Steen did get back. Kopitar gets enough on it, though. And the read by Jake Allen, he gets right to the middle of the net right there. Butterfly nice and tight. His positioning has been excellent.
And now Now the faceoff won by Laterra. Got it from Stoll. Worked along by Shattenkirk. And it goes by everybody. This should be an icing call against the Blues.
Well, there's been a couple of icings where the Blues have kind of looked around there. The officials. One of them was taken back by actually the referee late in that first period, and the faceoff was at center ice.
Ryan Pakmara and Ghislain Hebert are the referees tonight. And that's dropped unfairly as Gaborik goes for an early skate. And Laterra against Stoll. And they get set. Laterra wins it. And Shattenkirk, a high hoister, into Kings territory. Martinez tracked down by Payarvi, the puck to center ice. And now Williams comes into the blue zone. 2-on-2. And then Williams is spun around, gets it back on the line. Here's Regier, the shot, and that goes wide. Allen never moved. And now to the corner for Gaborik. Checked there by Shattenkirk. Regier's blast hit a leg, comes to center ice. And now Williams back in for Stoll. His shot, short side. And a glove save by Allen.
That's an easy one there for Jake Allen. He'll take that any day. He's got good hands. But let's keep our eye on this side of the ice. This is where that pinch was, and here's Shattenkirk on that pinch. And so there's Schwartz in a good position there. And as it goes to Jake Muzzin, he fires it up there to Carter, and Schwartz went for a line change. And so Payarvi jumps onto the ice, and the Blues are obviously in a 2-on-4 situation, but it ends up being a 2-on-1 down low.
And Kopitar only one goal in his last 13. Blues control the faceoff. Here's Jackman. And his pass off a leg. Look out. Came back in front, and Allen had to sweep that to the corner. Now in front again. Tip just wide by Richards. Kings with an early push here in the second period. And now to the corner. Jackman can't get there in time. It comes to King. Pressured from behind there by Stastny. Stastny ahead now for Steve Ott. And the Blues through the neutral zone. Ott gets it deep. And Doughty back defensively. Dodges the Ott check. And Pearson has it for Los Angeles. Long feed to center, cut off by Pietrangelo. Now into Berglund, who hit the post late in that second period. And the Blues are changing here. Now Pearson. Forced in deep by Bouwmeester. Porter, a good hit on Doughty behind the goal.
And it's hard to get a lick on him. That's a good play there by Porter. Anytime you get even a small piece.
Now locked in deep. Bouwmeester for Pietrangelo. Clifford got a piece of him. He spins off the check. And now Lapierre wheels in. He gets it back for the goal. Porter, good hit there. He buried Matt Green. And to Foley to center ice. Now on to Lewis. He comes in offside. That was Clifford who was in on right wing.
Chris Porter gets a piece of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. Matt Green, good shift by Porter. We talked about in the first period when Ryan Reeves got loose and got in on the forecheck, had Robin Regier in his sights a couple of times, good hits. And here's the play right in front of us there between the benches, a good hit there by Pietrangelo on McNabb, and then Pietrangelo just gave him a little shove right there, and McNabb snapped his head back, and again the guys on the Blues bench giving it to McNabb.
But Green might turn to Porter and say, hey, I also went to North Dakota. Oh, yeah. What are you doing here? Blues get the puck and a shot by Schwartz. That goes wide. Comes around now for Butler. To the corner for Steen. In this scoreless game, Steen to Backes. And a drive, and he just missed. Trying to go top corner. And off the glass to center ice. Recovered by Shattenkirk. Now Schwartz, quick pass, a good one. Into Backes. He comes across to Steen. Steen fires it up high, and an arm save by Quick. And then Schwartz will feather one back of the goal, where it's recovered by Green. Now on for Jeff Carter, former first-rounder by the Flyers in 03, and that is swept up by Allen and no further play.
Yeah, Allen looked a little hesitant. Did he want to play that for his defenseman and put him maybe in a bad spot or cover that up? Whatever you do, just make a decision one way or the other so you don't put your defenseman in a bad spot. As you see the hard pass by David Backes to the far side. Steen's looking towards Schwartz in the middle of the ice, but then he just lets it rip. Wasn't much room there on that glove side, and And it looked like Jonathan Quick was already prepared for that little snapper.
Now Carter wins the faceoff. Martinez for Regier. Long wrister well wide. Around to the captain Brown. And now for Kopitar. Work to the corner again. Carter trying to get free. Now for Brown again. And then back to Carter. Goes for skate out high. A long shot blocked by Bouwmeester. And then Otto shoveling ahead. Just out of the reach of Tarasenko.
Yeah, but if he doesn't reach for that and touch it, it's going to be a close call on an icing play. So good second effort there by Tarasenko.
Now Tarasenko gets it. Wide open Pietrangelo. Fakes it to his partner Bouwmeester in the slot. Oh, Tarasenko off his skate. Keeps it in though. Now back to Tarasenko. In front, Tara winds, and it was tipped away by the stick of Regier and out of play.
Good DDD pass in there by Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester. Keep your eye on the goaltender, Jonathan Quick, as he looks around the traffic there. And then right down, paddle down on the ice, pushes over to one side, pushes back over to the other side, battling through Steve Ott, who's in front of the net, and Alec Martinez as well, trying to box out Ott as much as possible and allow his goaltender to see the puck.
Close to 5 minutes gone, second period. And from the face-off, here's Berglund. Blues have switched the wingers here a bit. Ott has moved up to that Laterra line. Now Payarvi is on with Berglund and Stastny. And he hit back in the zone. Lindbom was run down. That was Jarrett Stoll with that hit. And now the Kings to center. Williams, rink-wide pass. Off the skates of Gaborik. He gets it and whips it back to the goal. And Allen up to Jackman. And now Stastny for Lindbom. That's tipped along by Payarvi. And no icing here. And Doughty plays it off the back of his goal to himself. 50 play there. Now in for Gaborik. Here he comes. Gaborik waits. Then a shot. And a save. It's close. And it's in the net. The Kings jam it in and take a 1-0 lead.
What a scrum in front of the net. Got about 9 guys right there in the crease. Allen got a piece of that first one on the short side, off to his right. And there's the shot by Williams, and you can see he gets a piece of it right in the belly. Probably thinks he's got it at this point, and does he? I mean, from there it looks like he's got it. But it's obviously loose to his left. Keep an eye on it, because Jake Allen's thinking, let's blow the whistle here. Oh, he doesn't have it. And it crawls in. Porter does a good job with his right skate to keep it out of the net. But then Jarrett Stoll just sniffing away right there. Stoll is right on the doorstep, and it just rolled off the pad. He didn't have it. Porter sees it and tries to scoop it out. Gaborik comes right in there, number 12 on the white, and he's the one that shovels it in the net.
So the Kings with the first goal at 5:39. It looks like it's Gaborik's goal.
Yep.
His 6th of the year.
Kings are 12-0-3 when scoring that first goal.
And now Porter, he was hit there. Puck back of the goal. And big White King canceled by Lapierre. And then Richards to the back. Martinez forced to center ice by Porter. Now Richards into the zone to Pearson. Hit his own man. And the Blues get possession. Bouwmeester long stretch pass. That's off the King. Porter is offside. And now they call it down on the offside play. So a big scramble, and appears Gaborik with the goal. And the Kings ahead 1-0.
Well, here's a look from our RF camera right in the stands here. No wires there. I mean, that's what the RF's all about, radio frequency, and able to get this look right here. And Doughty moves it up to Gaborik, gains the zone. The Blues back up, and they allow the LA Kings to make the play over to the left side. Williams with the shot, the rebound there. And obviously we've shown you a couple of times, clearly loose. After first glance, it looked like he had it covered and looking for the whistle, but clearly it was loose, and Porter keeps it out of the net before Gaborik jams it home.
And Williams and Stoll get the assist at 5:39. Now Lewis comes in for Los Angeles. On the cycle for Toffoli. Blues get it back. Laterra now for Jackman. And then Tarasenko, that pass just off the mark. Trying to hit Laterra. And the Kings a long stretch pass now to Clifford. Moved in by Lewis. He'll drop it back, but no one is there, and the Blues have it. And they have numbers the other way, led by Laterra. Into Tarasenko with a move down the slot. Lost it. Now Laterra follows up. And it's off his leg and wide. Now Tarasenko trying to get it free. He does. To Pietrangelo. And now the wrist shot got through. Off the rebound attempt. And it's under the pads of Quick.
Now twice in this game, it looked like puck would squeak underneath Jonathan Quick's legs, but he's so flexible. He's able to get his rear end along the ice with both his skates pointed towards the goalpost. It's remarkable. And there's a big hit by Lewis, but Tarasenko braces himself for that. And then Tarasenko comes in there, tries to cut back and change the angle. And there's the play by Laterra, who's following it up right there. There's Ott as well, and you see that puck is now underneath the goaltender, Jonathan Quick.
And the Kings win the faceoff. Up the middle, cut off by Steen. On with Backes and Schwartz.
Good hit by Schwartz on Dustin Brown.
And now Schwartz ties up Regier. Puck comes in front. Steen with a drive, and he just missed. And then Bouwmeester a shot, and that goes off a stick into the netting.
Jaden Schwartz with a real good hit there on Dustin Brown. But Brown's trying to get it out of the zone, just inside the Blues' blue line. Right-hand shot coming down the left side, and here comes Schwartz. This is the second attempt here. That's just the battle behind the net before Steen has that chance. He missed on the stick side. But it was before that kept the play alive with a big hit by Schwartz.
Did you see what Schwartz did there, Darren? He stepped on the puck and got it out of the traffic there. Like a soccer player would do.
Yeah, good play.
Now the Kings out of the zone. Here comes Brown. In against Pietrangelo. And then thrown back on the goal for Carter. Good poke check there by Bouwmeester. And then Kopitar to the line. That's kept in by Brown. And then Pietrangelo gets it away from Jeff Carter. Nice pass up the middle for Schwartz. Now in for Steen. And a back check broke that up. Well, Backes comes in, almost stripped the Captain Brown of the puck. Blues have been outshot 4-3 in this period and 15-9 for the game. Kopitar's pass picked off by Berglund. And now Payarvi down the wing with his speed. He's run to the ditch by Muzzin. Now Payarvi comes in there again. And Carter lobs it up high, kept in by Butler. And then the Kings off the boards, not out though. Here is Berglund. Down the boards. Off a Kings stick, back to center ice. Butler to Berglund. And then Shattenkirk back for Butler.
Good hands by Butler there.
Yeah, right out of midair. Dumped in by Stastny. Quick up the boards, cut off by Stastny. But good defensive work there by Stoll. And then on for Gabrick. And he pulls up. And the Blues get back to break it up. Payarvi there. And the puck to center ice. Berglund gets it back to the cage, and here is Williams. As we approach the midway point of the second period. And that goes by Lindboe. Got it turned out of the corner. Good job now for Porter. And off the boards and out. Doughty hammers it back in there. Porter quickly. Up the boards, not out. Good stick there by King. And then Williams back on the goal, wrapped up by Jackman.
No.
And then Jackman released at the right time, or he might have gotten a penalty. Now the Kings have it. Back of the goal, here's King. He comes in, backhander! And that hits something, maybe Kopitar, and a penalty called. Interference against the Blues.
Lindbaum battling Richards in front of the net. Brian Pochmara's at center ice.
St. Louis, number 48, 2 minutes for interference.
And that's the call that he makes. These are two guys battling for the front of the net. Battling for position here. The referee that was in tight doesn't see it, but we see Lindbaum there. As you see, Dwight King with the puck on his stick. And Lindbaum actually uses his left foot right there as he swings it around, and he knocks down Richards in front, knocking Richards off balance.
Kings are 0 for 2 tonight with 3 shots. Interference is the call.
Blues penalty number 48.
You know what, John, if he stays in that position that he had, I think he would have been fine, you know, going at his right shoulder, but then by using his foot like that, that knocks him down.
Yeah, almost a slew foot attempt.
Yeah, a high one.
And the puck to center ice.
Would be the high mid-thigh slew foot move maneuver.
And the Kings wind up in their own zone. Doughty with 30 seconds gone in Lindbohm's minor. And a good stick at center ice by Schwartz. Back for Pietrangelo. And now on to Bouwmeester. And down the ice it goes. Off the board. Schwartz comes in, stolen. And a shot. And a save by Quick. What a move by Jaden Schwartz.
Yeah, and again, a really smart play there by Bouwmeester. It looked, from my vantage point, Bouwmeester was going to originally play the first pass over to his right, which is where Schwartz was. Once Schwartz saw him dump it in, Schwartz drove hard to the right side, took the puck off the boards, used his skate to corral it. Schwartz has had a heck of a game here.
And he also had Paul Stastny cutting down the slot. Now Lapierre on the face-off. Loses it to Kopitar.
Lapierre has been good on the dot so far, and overall Lapierre's 57% on the season.
Now the Kings on the power play. Walked in by Kopitar. He'll feed one back to the point to Doughty. And walks the line. Now back for Kopitar. Ott closes on him. There's Carter with it. To the corner. Kopitar right in front. They score! Gabrick tips it in. What a play. And he has scored 2 goals in this period.
It's a heck of a pass from Kopitar. He's looking one way and he just fires it. A vacated area right in the slot, and Marian Gaborik with the soft hands just tips it off the post on the blocker side and then in the net. The first one wouldn't have been in. It goes off the post and in. As you see the work down low by the LA Kings, it'll end up going back to Kopitar here on a little reverse cycle. And then you see that the Blues there, Shattenkirk's out to the puck carrier. Lapierre doesn't collapse quite in time. No other D down below, and this one off the pipe and in the net.
So Gaborik, who had a goal in their last game, now with 3 goals in 2 games. Numbers 6 and 7 on the year. And the Kings have opened a 2-0 lead. The power play goal in 11 minutes. Now the Blues, Pietrangelo to the corner for Schwartz. Off the boards, here he comes, and a shot. And that was blocked by Regier. And then in the corner, Williams checked. Steen picks it up for the Blues. Steen centers it, and it went right by everybody. And taken by the Kings and Brown. And that's blocker to the corner by Allen. So the Kings now 1 for 3 in the power play. The Blues have yet to have a power play in this game. And now it's broken up by Laterra. And moved to center ice by Steen. Into Laterra. Back to Steen, wide open. In on goal! Quick! With a glove save and a beauty.
Holy jumping, what a save that is. And what a phenomenal pass by Laterra.
Now Laterra back on the goal. Comes to the line. Shattenkirk, good read there to hold it in. And now in the corner, Tarasenko. Trying to find some open space. And back to the point. That was intended for Ott. Then broke it up by Toffoli. Kopitar and Carter get the assist on that last goal by Gaborik. And now Ott in the slot. Tarasenko shoots. He scores! Unbelievable shot by Tarasenko.
Well, Jonathan Quick beat Alexander Steen with the glove hand on the glove side, and then Tarasenko just absolutely rips it by the glove on the next one. Great D-to-D and a stretch pass there by Butler. Right over to Ott, who gains the zone. One quick play as the LA Kings back off the line. Tarasenko's is the most dangerous part of the ice right there. That is as high quality an area for a guy like Tarasenko as you can find. And what a shot to bring these fans on their feet.
That is his 18th of the year. And a huge goal to cut the lead to 2-1. And that's an offside as that puck had just come to center ice. An absolute rocket. Tarasenko from Ott and Butler. 2-1.
Got the toque on. Keeping warm here at Scott Trade Center, and for Ken Hitchcock and the Blues, some life here. Trailing 2-0. Alexander Steen gets a real good chance, bowling off the boards onto Foley, and he just lets it rip. And you can see the leaning motion as if as if the goalie's given and taken it away there, but Mazda drive to the net. Tarasenko gets on the backhand forehand. Doughty hasn't closed the gap, giving him way too much room, and he just smokes it over the glove side on Quick.
That's his 5th career goal in 7 games against the Kings.
And, you know, John, great communication from the two defensemen. Shattenkirk went behind the net to Butler. Butler stretched it up to Ott, and then Ott makes the play by gaining the zone and finding the weak side winger, Tarasenko, wide open.
And that goal a minute 39 after Gaborik made it 2-0. Now Berglund comes in, drops into Lindbom. Steers it back of the goal, out of the reach of Chris Porter, off the boards, and slapped back in there by Jackman.
And, you know, a subtle little move, as you mentioned on air, John Kelly, just a swap of wingers. Ott going with Laterra and Tarasenko, that's paid dividends. And Payarvi with Stastny and Berglund now.
Holiday ticket packs are going fast and time is running out. 3- and 5-game packs are still available, but you need to act fast. Blues reps are manning the phones right now and will take orders until the start of the 3rd period. Call 314-622-BLUE for details. And those packs would make a great holiday gift for you and your loved ones. And the Blues win a defensive zone face-off. Here comes Backes. Gets it by Doughty. And now Muzzin up the boards. And that's tipped by Pietrangelo. And then Steen for Jay Bouwmeester. He'll race down the wing. And a shot was well wide. Comes around. Schwartz comes in. And he was knocked down by Muzzin. At the line, Pietrangelo with his glove tried to hold it in, but now it bounces away. And played by Bouwmeester for Schwartz. Then hammered back in there. There is Quick to the corner to Doughty. Moved along by Anze Kopitar. Check.
Oh, what a play by Laterra.
Well, Tarasenko almost walked around Doughty, but he made a good play, and now Doughty back of the goal.
There's similarities between Laterra, you know, and the way that Kopitar plays. I mean, both guys are strong on their stick. They're 200-foot centermen. Kopitar's got a few more inches on him, but boy, both so well schooled at both aspects of the game.
And that's lobbed to center ice by Carter. It rolls in on Allen, who tees it up for Shattenkirk. And now to his partner Butler. Up the boards for Ott.
And again going D-to-D and stretching.
And that is flipped in by Laterra. That was the exact play that led to the goal a few minutes ago. And then Justin Williams back in his own zone. He was the Conn Smythe Trophy winner last year. Overskated, but the Blues can't recover at center ice, and now Shattenkirk has to twirl back in his own zone. For Butler. Now Butler, the St. Louisan, tipped along by Lapierre. Quick can't get there in time. And the puck to the corner for Gaborik. Trying to move it by Reeves. No luck there. Now down the wall for Lapierre. Little stutter step move on Regeer. And then Green plays it back up the boards. And Gaborik, a good outlet feed now to Williams. And back into Blues territory. Under 5 to play here in the 2nd period. Kings up by 1. That's tipped down the ice by Porter. And Jake Muzzin a feed. And that comes to center ice. Blues have to clear the zone. Look out. Oh, Pietrangelo lost it. Here comes Lewis. In on goal. A save by Allen after Pietrangelo lost it at his own line.
Mark that down. Big save by Allen.
And now Doughty under some pressure there from Porter. So Foley can't move it out. Here's Lindbom, a shot, and that was blocked by Muzzin. And off the glass. Then to center ice, Porter involved with a King player. And we had a referee hand up, but that was for a potential high stick, and play continues.
That's right.
And now Jackman to center ice. Snapped along by Stastny. Quick plays it back to this side for Pearson. And he has a clear lane to center ice. Allen goes for a skate back of the goal. Now to Lindbom off the boards. Steen to center ice. Backes interfered with. He never touched that puck.
Yeah, Dwight King is going to go off for interference. First power play of the game for the Blues. Now the Blues power play get a shot at it here to tie the game. They've scored 25 goals on 108 opportunities. 5th best in the National Hockey League overall. You see Dwight King, 74 White. David Backes doesn't get to the puck. and Dwight King seals him off there. If the tip of the blade is touching the puck at all, obviously it's a good play. The referee saw it the other way, and the Blues finally get the first power play after 3 for LA.
And you see the numbers red hot on the power play. The Kings on the kill, 82.4%, 11th best. Blues win the faceoff. Shattenkirk for Tarasenko. He has scored the Blues goal. Now Shattenkirk around to Steen. To the top to Shattenkirk. And that pass off the mark, but recovered by Tarasenko.
Yeah, just off the mark there.
In front, Laterra. Quick shot on goal, and a save by Quick.
How'd he get his right toe on that?
That's why he is named Quick. And the Kings fire it down the ice.
His name could be Feet. Just how low he was. I had a good look at it. I just thought that it was through enough traffic that there's no way he'd get a piece of that.
He is amazing down low.
Isn't he? Amazing.
Blues dump it in. Doughty to the corner. And then Regeer picks an opening. That goes out of play. And we get a whistle.
I think I just got a little help with that puck coming near our spot here. The enforcer, Kelly Chase, did me a little favor there, John Kelly, by getting me the heck out of the way. Good face-off win by Laterra. And here's the save right here with the right toe. And you can see from my angle at ice level, you're looking through all the traffic and all the bodies, and I'm thinking for sure that's either off the post and in or close to it anyway. But the right toe of Quick gets it. Good shift, though, by Laterra.
Now Backus wins it cleanly back for Pietrangelo. To Bouwmeester. And he comes in, a little fake shot. And goes all the way around back of the cage. Now back to the top. Pietrangelo for Bouwmeester. Into Stastny. Hard pass back to Bouwmeester. On this Blues power play. Down to Stastny. And a shot tipped by Berglund. That was a set play, and that went high. And now Pietrangelo in the slot to Berglund. Feeds one to Stastny, back to Berglund. 45 to go in the power play. Backus screens in front. Berglund with it. To Pietrangelo. Now into Bouwmeester. And a pass across and a great stick there by Stoll, and it goes out of play.
That's a tough play for a left-hand shot. Bouwmeester's down below, almost at the bottom of the face-off circle, and trying to jam it back to the middle of the ice. And the LA Kings defenders on that situation would gladly allow that shot to the goaltender, so they're taking away the slot. This was the play before. Smart play by Stastny. On the high slot tip right there by Berglund. Just high over the bar.
And not by much.
Not by much.
And now Laterra back on the ice. Carter wins the faceoff, and that is drilled down the ice. And the Blues have to go back with 25 to go in Kings minor. Well, Carter into the forecheck. LA has scored 5 short-handed goals this year, second most in the league.
And even though Toffoli's been dropped down to the 4th line, he still gets some penalty kill and power play minutes.
Now Tarasenko into the zone. Shattenkirk back to Tarasenko. He pulls up. Pass back. Laterra now to Steen. And a long rush shot and a stick save there by Quick. And it comes up in the air. And Doughty has it. Blues one shot on the power play. And King is back. And Regeer pass to center ice. And now moved in by Carter. His shot on goal rebound. And that was shot just wide by Dwight King. And now the Blues at the line. Reeves slowed down. Here comes Tanner Pearson. And the rookie is shot knocked away. Now it goes to King.
Penalty coming up.
A shot off the glove of Allen.
And it's going to be on the Blues.
As Quick goes off for the extra man. And a shot by McNabb hit a Blues player. 6 attackers here. Richards with it for the Kings. And now for Kopitar. Played back to the goal. Pearson to King off his glove, and that's a hand pass and a whistle. And a slashing minor against the Blues.
Shattenkirk's going off for slashing. And
St. Louis, number 22, 2 minutes for slashing.
Right in front of the net, you see Shattenkirk just turned around. Richards is going off for the rebound in front. The goaltender makes the save, pushes it off to his right, and basically turns around and just whacks at the hands there of Mike Richards.
LA is 1 for 3 tonight. Face-off won by the Blues. And Pietrangelo sends a bouncer and a skipper wide. By the way, get well quickly to Jim Turk, who's in hospital. Jim is the brother-in-law of our stats guru, Dave Otto, here in the booth, Darren, who does a great job for us. But get well quickly, Jim. And the Kings commit offside.
Well, 22.5 seconds remain here in the second period. To update our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison, the Slovakian Marian Gaborik and the Russian Vladimir Tarasenko. Tarasenko has obviously had 2 shots on goal, one a beauty to make it a 2-1 game. Gaborik's got the only 2 goals for the LA Kings.
And 22 to go in the second period. That's center ice Backes. He gets it free for Steen from the red line. And Quick makes that glove save. Played down to Muzzin. In the final 10 here. Now to center ice to Carter. Trying to get inside on Bouwmeester. Kopitar with it. Drilled down by Backes.
Good hit right there. 2 good hits in the last 20 seconds by Backes and on key players.
And that is the end of the second. The Blues outshot in that period 11-9 and outscored 2-1. Let's go to Scott and Bernie across the way.
All right, John, thanks so much. So after 40 minutes of play here at the Scott Trade Center, the Blues trail the Kings by a score of 2-1. You wanted some scoring. We got some, but unfortunately 2 for the Kings and only 1 for Vladdy Tarasenko and the Blues.
Yeah, still a grinding games. I mean, the Blues now have taken, 4 penalties, and I think that's right. They've got to stay away from that right now. The Blues did have an opportunity on the power play, but no, I love games like this. I mean, these are 2 championship teams that are playing hard against each other. The Kings right now are desperate. I mean, they've lost, 3 or 4 on this road trip. They want to win this game here right now, and the Blues really have to find a way in this next period to get a little more offense. I saw them coming. They made a great rebound after that goal was scored to make it 2-0, and then all of a sudden, Tarasenko had a great shift, ended up scoring the goal, but they need to have more response, and certainly to get some more chances on the offense in this third period.
We'll break it all down coming up in our Jack in the Box Center Mission Report. Physical play all the way around here in the second matchup between these 2 teams. Back after this on Fox Sports Midwest.
We are nearly ready for the third period here at Scott Trade, and the Kings with a 2-1 lead over the Blues. John Kelly upstairs, Darren Pang, as usual, is down between the benches. And Darren, what have you seen so far through 2 periods?
Well, obviously in that second period, some slow going. Ken Hitchcock switched up a bunch of wingers in that situation. And I think when you look at Jaden Schwartz and the way that Schwartz has played, Schwartz has obviously really filled in on that line there with big David Backes and Alexander Steen. He's had a number of good chances, made a real big hit in the offensive zone, made a good shot block. Here's a big hit there on Brown. That allowed the Blues to keep the puck in. Then he uses his skate right here to get the puck right there. See, he's got this left skate. Brilliant move right there by Jaden Schwartz under a lot of pressure. And then while short-handed, after Bouwmeester dumped it in 200 feet, Schwartz was able to track it down.
Kings on the power play. Shattenkirk has 1:18 left. It is minor for Slashy. The Kings win leading after 2, 12-0-1. The Blues win trailing 3-5. Here's Gaborik, a pass intended for Doughty. That's broken up. And a diving Muzzin with a great hold in there for the Kings.
A couple of times down this game, the Blues have had chances to get the puck out of the zone.
And now Bouwmeester roughs up Carter from behind. And the puck slapped ahead, but kept in by Doughty. He fakes the shot for Muzzin. In the slot, Carter to Doughty, across. Gaborik, a drive and a one-timer, and that hit glass. And now stolen by Steen. And Alexander Steen with a great clear. And it goes down the ice. Steen has led everybody tonight with 5 shots on goal.
Yeah, and that was 30 seconds of extra work that really wasn't necessary because the Blues could have got that out. Muzzin did a great job of keeping the puck inside the zone, but great job by Steen to battle that in the far side.
Now Chris Butler back defensively for the Blues for Ott, and he picks an opening and gets it by McNabb and down the ice. And 10 to go in the King power play. And Alex Martinez with some room up the middle. He goes wide on Jackman, off Brown's skate, and out of the zone. Shattenkirk is back. The Kings no shots on that power play. So a great kill by the Blues, who trail 2-1.
Quite a spring for Alex Martinez, wasn't it? 12 days before he scored the game-winning goal in the Western Conference Finals and the Stanley Cup clinching goal.
Both in overtime. Amazing. And now the puck at center ice. And Tarasenko has scored the Blues goal. Gaborik has both for the Kings. And now Tarasenko. And that appeared to hit a stick at the King bench. The referee missed it.
David Kane, the assistant coach for the LA Kings, he was calling for an icing right there.
And now the puck to center ice. I think it clearly hit a stick at the bench, though. And now the puck at center. Moved in by Pietrangelo. And then Berglund follows up. Here's Stastny. Oh, back to Berglund. And just off the marker, he would have had clear sailing to the net and tipped out of midair by Richards all the way down the ice. Handled by Allen. And now brushed along by Pietrangelo. Center ice Stastny. He'll leave it for Shattenkirk. Beats one man up the middle, a shot. And that goes high and wide. Now Shattenkirk back to the goal. Gets some help there from Stastny. Here's Berglund now in for Butler. And a great poke check there by Pearson. And a lead feed now for Dwight King. That goes back to the Blues goal. Played around a corner. He goes back with it. Pearson in front. And a pass by King was to nobody in particular. And now the Blues to center ice and Porter. He goes in there against Regier. Porter goes down. Back is trying to seal the wall, but he can't get it. And Kopitar away for Los Angeles. Carter goes after it against Pietrangelo. And a great job by Pietrangelo. And now Schwartz with it. And his pass just out of the reach of Steen. And the Kings up the middle. Kopitar can't handle it again. Steen drops it off for Pietrangelo. And he winds it around the boards in the vicinity of Steen. And now taken by Backes. He moves down low on Kopitar. Schwartz had it, lost it, now back on the line. Pietrangelo across for Bouwmeester. All he can do is chop one back of the goal. And Steen gets it for the Blues. In front to Schwartz. One shot blocked, another shot blocked, then taken down by Marian Gaborik.
Well, Schwartz did a good job of leaving that puck. Steen was behind the net. Schwartz acted like he was going to play it, left it, and Steen had more time.
4 minutes gone here, third period. And the Kings a long stretch pass. Williams gets it in there. And now Lindbohm diving for Tarasenko. And his pass, risky one up the middle. It does come to center ice. And then Doughty on to McNabb. That's blocked by Laterra. And the veteran Jackman trying to hit Ott. He'll tip it in there. Brayden McNabb, the former Sabre, around the boards. And now Lindbohm from the right point can't hold it in. The Kings ice it. And as Jackman goes back, we get the whistle. Coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live, the NFL's leading rusher DeMarco Murray is uncertain for Week 16 unless you speak with Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. And he's not the only one talking. Jay Gruden speaks out about RG3, and our NFL insider is here to get you up to speed. Plus, the Yankees finally make a decision on A-Rod, and we'll have all the highlights across the NBA and NHL tonight on Fox Sports Live. Kings off the face-off. And now Brown, a rink-wide feed to Williams. He drops it off to Doughty. Trying to cut in and a backhander and didn't get a lot on it. Butler blocked it. And it's off a skate to center ice.
And a good backside pressure there by Berglund, though. Got to catch up. The late-coming Doughty had plenty of room there. I don't think he expected Berglund on him so quick.
And a pass down to Stastny. Here's Butler. Moved in there by Reeves, but then pushed along and back down the ice by Green. But this time they say no icing. No shots on goal for either team in this third period. Now Pietrangelo. Long stretch pass. Here's Magnus Payarvi. On the cycle for Lapierre. He rolls off the Lewis check. And then back of the goal. Reeves trying to hunt it down. And Reeves a hit in the corner. That was on Muzzin. Then Matt Green steps in front of Reeves. Pietrangelo races in. Good pinch. And the puck in the skates of Reeves, but the Kings swatted away. Now Bouwmeester lobs it high right back in there. And Quick hooks one to the corner for Muzzin. And the pass hits Steen's stick, stays in the zone. Schwartz back to Pietrangelo. Fans on it. Backhander by Steen, and that was blocked by Quick. And the puck comes around now to Pearson. With a lane at center ice. Peter Pearson going wide on Lindbohm. What's in front now, puts on the brakes. And Lindbohm stays right on his tail, and now Pearson gives it up. And the Blues take over and a pass off Schwartz to center ice. Non-stop action here. Pearson drops it back in. Then he's dropped by Jackman. And it's played to Lindboe. And the rookie feeds it on to Tarasenko. In traffic. Can't get into the King zone. Here's Regeer now. And then Martinez up the wing. Played ahead to King. He lost it. And Tarasenko down the wall for Laterra.
Good defensive play there by Carter, cutting Laterra off.
And now Tarasenko keeps it in for Ott. Deep slot to Jackman. And a shot was blocked. Look out. And Jackman races back and gets there ahead of Kopitar. What a play. Where the Kings might have had a 2-on-1 there. And then Muzzin a pass ahead to Brown. And the captain a feed up the middle, picked off by Berglund. Right back in, 3-on-2. And a shot by Berglund didn't get through the maze of players in front. Shattenkirk at the line. And now it's knocked away by Brown to center ice. And the Blues regroup at their own line.
Oh, Berglund was looking somewhere else. He had Shattenkirk behind him.
And a shot by Porter. Fought off by Quick. Stastny in front of Berglund. And then Butler a shot. And that's tipped wide. What a chance there for Berglund. And now Porter trying to help muscle a King back of the goal. Blues down by 1 here. In the skate to Porter. And McNabb. Porter gets it free. Feeds it back to Pietrangelo. And a wrist shot. And that goes high. And now Williams, the veteran, spun around, can't clear it. Berglund. And he puts it right into the mitt of Quick. And now Berglund is worked over in front. And we get a break in the action. The Kings leading 2-1.
Time now for a Bob Marino Sports Update. We go to the United Center. Minnesota taking on the Blackhawks, and Thomas Vanek in the first period would get the Wild up 1-0. The Hawks would score 3 goals within 8 minutes in the second period. At the second intermission, they lead it 3-1, John Kelly.
And here it's 2-1 LA with 11:44 to go in the third. Steen will take the face-off against Stoll. Stoll goes down, the puck in the circle still. Now back to the line. Here's Bouwmeester. A shot, and that goes wide. And then taken by Backes. For Schwartz. Schwartz a quick shot wide. And off the boards, and now poked ahead by Martinez to center ice. Blues get it back and drilled back in by Backes. And then Regeer punches one to the far side for Martinez. And now the veteran Williams off the boards for Stoll. And then Gaborik trying to glove it down. That's forced to center by Pietrangelo. And here's Williams again. And now we get a penalty call. And a high stick. It's against Pietrangelo.
St. Louis, number 27. 2 minutes for high stick.
Well, the Blues have had a lot of pressure, a lot of momentum here in a 5-man units on the LA Kings trying to come back. The stick of Williams first comes up and kind of snags the right side of the face there of Pietrangelo, but apparently it's just before that. So that stick afterwards comes up Williams, but it was just before that Pietrangelo's stick come up high.
Kings 1 for 4 with 4 shots. And the Blues hammer it down the ice. Again, Doughty and Muzzin on the points. Up front, Kopitar, Gaborik, and Carter. And here's Muzzin. He is slashed at bed by Lapierre, who heads off. And now Muzzin gets it ahead for Gaborik. Into Carter. Carter pressured, lost it, and backhanded away by Ott. And 35 seconds left in Pietrangelo's minor. Here is Doughty. He defers to Kopitar, and that is offside. By the way, quick congratulations to Chad and Sarah Garcia on the birth of their son, Eli. Of course, Eli's granddad, Tim, works up at our broadcast booth there and does a great job. And congratulations. And there was the high stick by Petrangelo.
Yep, and then it was just after this where we were caught it, where that stick of Williams came up a little bit, but clearly it is a high stick, and just a 2-minute minor didn't cut any part of the face there of Williams.
And the Blues control the face-off. Fired down by Bolmeister. And now it is to Foley at his own line, the Blues line. Butler right there in the right spot. Then down the ice she goes. With under a minute to go in the power play. Now Martinez on to Richards. Jackman, the first player back. Moves it around now for Lapierre. The Blues have scored one shorthanded goal this year. And Lapierre takes the hip check from McNabb. And the Kings get the puck back. Now McNabb on to Pearson. Shattenkirk steps up on him. Allen puts it off the glass and out of play. And I believe it did hit the glass, or that could have been delay of game.
Yeah, both the referees right there making the call. He just wants to rifle that as hard as he can along the glass. He's a good puck handler. Works on it all the time. And the reason why most goalies are good puck handlers, they've got hockey sense, but he's a left-hand shot that holds the stick that way. He gets down on one knee, and it just glances up there off the glass. Just barely, huh? Just barely. It's deceptive here because the way the netting is, the netting comes in underneath or just a little bit lower than the glass.
And a face-off win by Stastny, pounded down the ice by Butler. And
yeah, Dustin Brown is
penalty.
Yeah, is he going to go off and on that play, on that follow-through of Butler, and Butler's got obviously wears the shield, and he wipes it off there, and for Daryl Sutter, oh, that's it.
Los Angeles, number 23, 2 minutes for high sticking.
Difficult one to take. You're on the power play, and here's the stick right there. The stick comes off the shaft of the stick of Butler and then follows through right in the face. So a careless penalty there with the stick. A couple of flagrant high sticking fouls by either team.
And we'll go 4-on-4 for 23 seconds. And then the Blues will get their second power play of the evening. Kings win the face-off. And it goes back to Doughty. He leaves it now for Williams. Blues 0 for 1 tonight. As Doughty slowly to center ice. Moved in by Williams, trying to make a move, and Shattenkirk denied that move to the outside. Here comes Tarasenko back for the Blues. Move to the inside, knocked down, in on goal! And Quick makes the save. Tarasenko draws a penalty.
But the Blues had the puck on that play. What a brilliant move by Tarasenko. On a 1-on-2, he cuts from his right as a left-hand shot, brings it back on the backhand of the forehand. Looks like he's got nothing here. He stutter steps, buys some time. Man, does he give Robin Regehr a little bit of the 9 of hearts right there, but the Blues had possession. Now the stick's between his legs, as you can see, gets corkscrewed there. But the puck is alive right here. It goes off the goalie. Still should not be blown dead at that point, but it is. Regehr will go off. And for a minute and 32, a 5-on-3 power play. End the game.
And the Blues have not had a 5-on-3 goal this year. They're 0 for 3. So they are due.
And Kirk Muller runs the power play and has the trust of Ken Hitchcock in that department. He's got the board in front of him, drawing out the play, the attention of everybody. Not just the first unit. You might be able to swap. Somebody might get hurt or break a stick. You have to be ready to get out on the ice. And as the LA Kings, on the other hand, they've got all their players on the ice. They're 3, Jared Stoll, Green, and Doughty.
And the Blues send out Laterra, Steen, Schwartz, Shattenkirk, and Tarasenko. Backus leads the club with 5 power play goals, but is not on the ice at this point. 5-on-3 for 132. As the Blues look to tie the game. And they're going to toss Laterra.
Tough one there. Jared Stoll gets down real low.
So Schwartz will step in. Wins it to the boards. And now Schwartz back to the line. Across to Steen. To Shattenkirk. Down low, Laterra. To the corner, Tarasenko. Now Laterra, Blues set it up back of the goal. Now Shattenkirk a drive. He scores! Shattenkirk ties the game at 2.
Well, the plan was to get it down low behind the net, moving that puck crisply. This one glanced off the defenseman's stick. As you can see, the play down low. Tarasenko, Laterra, Tarasenko, and the incoming right defenseman, Kevin Shattenkirk, blows it over the blocker side because it glances off the stick blade of Drew Doughty under the bar and in. And both Shattenkirk and Jonathan Quick know each other well. They train in the off-season in Connecticut with Ben Prentice.
And Shattenkirk, who scored a goal the other night in Denver, gets his 5th at 11:20, and we have a brand new game. And the Blues now in a 5-on-4 power play. And that's tipped in by the New Rochelle, New York native Shattenkirk, but not very deep. And the Kings fired back down the ice.
Well, we have not seen that very often, have we? Below the goal line.
Yeah, 2 guys below the goal line on that 5-on-3.
I like it. I like it a lot. Instead of being outside on the, you're sitting outside on the umbrella and you pass and pass and pass as a goaltender, I don't mind that whatsoever. But when you get behind the net now and you've got to look over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder, and not knowing where the man in front is, that's a great play.
I was going to say Vancouver did that earlier this year in a game in St. Louis. Now Tarasenko for Schwartz in this 2-2 game. 50 left in the power play. As Bouwmeester hammers it around the net. Here's Pietrangelo. Now for Tarasenko. Tarasenko in front. And a shot blocked by Martinez. Tarasenko wins a puck battle down low. Gets it back from Pietrangelo. Now Tarasenko. Wobbling pass. Pietrangelo into Bouwmeester to Schwartz. And it went by him. And back to center ice. Kings rather a quick change. Blues come back in with Bouwmeester. Moves back of the cage. On the cycle for Laterra. That's knocked away by Doughty, but now jammed to the line by Schwartz. Long shot, tipped. That didn't get through. Here's Pietrangelo, races in to Tarasenko. Works in, shoots. He scores! Tarasenko has done it again!
Shoot or what? Holy jumping, what a wrister this is. So the Blues capitalize twice on the power play. He waits and waits and waits, and he sees the setup, and look at that exuberance by Vladdy Tarasenko in his 19th goal of the year.
And the Blues lead 3-2. 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. A couple of power play goals. Tarasenko with his 19th, and it's 3-2 for the good guys. Now the Kings to center ice. Here's Kopitar. LA is shotless here in this 3rd period. Now for Martinez. Wrist shot blocked by Butler. And Butler around the boards. And now he gets it again. And again, it's kept in, a long shot. That goes wide. Here's Gaborik in front. Kopitar. And it bounced over a stick. And a 3-on-2 the other way. Steen to Berglund. To Backes. To Steen. In on goal. He scores! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
What an outburst. What an outburst. 3 straight goals to make it 4-2. It all starts with Gaborik behind the net, trying to play it to Kopitar. And what a nice little pass by Steen to Berglund. Your classic 3-on-2. Center lane drive by Berglund. The weak side presence there of Steen, the left-hand shot. And Steen waits, uses his right skate, gets it back on the blade, and lets her rip by the stick side on Jonathan Quick.
3 goals in 2.5 minutes.
That is a classic 3-on-2. Classic.
Steen gets his 8th at 13:50. And the Blues lead 4-2. And now the Kings have the puck. And Toffoli to center ice. And then hammered along by Max Lapierre.
And there will be a lot of that. This is about owning the lines now. Dumping that puck in, getting good hard dump-ins and make sure LA's got to go a long way to come back to Jake Allen.
And now Laterra brushes one ahead to Schwartz. Off the boards and out. Now on for Lindbohm. And that comes around. Tarasenko from the deep slot, a shot. And that was high on a rolling puck. The quick goals in order. Shattenkirk from Tarasenko and Laterra. Then Tarasenko from Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester. That gave the Blues the lead at 3-2. And then the last goal, Steen from Backes and Berglund. At 13:50. Stastny now for Berglund. And he goes back in the cage. To the line to Butler. Here's Butler, a shot. And that's blocked by Pearson. And it goes into the netting. And they love it here at Scott Trade. Shattenkirk, Tarasenko, and the latest goal by Steen.
Vladdy Tarasenko's put on a show here. Our Jim Butler Chevrolet.com powerhouse plays. Pass by Ott, rifles it over the glove. He gets an assist rate here on the 5-on-3 and then blows this game wide open to make it 3-2. That coming at the 13-minute mark. Tarasenko now with 2 goals and 1 assist in this game.
And 6 goals in 7 career games against the Kings. And the Blues lead 4-2 with 4:44 left. And the Kings to center ice. Richards lost it. And it bounces by Shattenkirk, but recovered by Berglund. And now ahead to Stastny. Makes the safe play, gets it back of the goal. Porter in on the forecheck, along with Berglund. And now Muzzin for Los Angeles. Long stretch pass to Richards. He comes in, looks for some late help. And Pearson down the slot was turned away by Berglund. These clubs will meet again Thursday night in Los Angeles. A 9:30 start St. Louis time. We're on the air at 9 o'clock here on Fox Sports Midwest. Now Bouwmeester steps up on his own line. Carter at center ice. He'll throw it back in, and Allen back of the goal to play it. Only gave it away there to Gaborik. He had Bouwmeester in the corner. Now it's center. Carter wide open. And a save by Allen, and the Blues clear the rebound to center ice.
Little delayed reaction there with that rebound, and lying in front, Carter wasn't able to get to it.
And now a turnover, Laterra with it. And that's off the skate of Steen, and the Kings away with Carter. The Kings allowed 3 goals in the 3rd period a few days ago in Montreal. So this has not been a good road trip for Los Angeles. Now it is quick to the corner. Up the wall for Brown. Center ice off the stick of Williams. And now poked back to the LA line with 3:05 to go in regulation time. As the Blues look to win their 5th in a row. And 21st of the season. Shattenkirk around the boards. And now the Kings pressure the puck. And a good hit by Shattenkirk on Williams. And Shattenkirk gets back on his skates, and just like that, he bunny hops to center ice, and it's thrown in deep. Here are the Kings back in their own zone. McNabb. Oh, Porter almost got a stick in the lane there to block the pass. And now Brayden McNabb to center ice. And here's Lewis down the wall. And that shot well wide and back to center ice. And now it's Matt Green.
Green and Porter did play a couple of years at North Dakota together.
Shots are 7-1 for the Blues in this 3rd period. And the Blues have scored 3 in a row in 2.5 minutes to lead 4-2.
And LA coming into this game with 12-0-1 when leading after 2. And have let that vanish with that
empty net here.
Penalty, 5-on-3. Now with 1:53 left. Yeah, minor penalty. Goalie pulled.
Bouwmeester to center for Ott, and he'll poke it down the ice. So Quick is gone for the extra man here. The Kings down by 2. Doughty tips it at the line. Turned away by Backes off a stick. And it goes out of play. Well, the perfect gift for the Blues fan in your life is waiting for you at the True Blues team store here at Scott Trade. Get exclusive products from Nike, Under Armour, and many more. Spend $150 and get 2 tickets to select Blues games in January. And they have a lot of fantastic items for you just in time for the holidays.
Oh, get on in there. I did a little Christmas shopping in there.
I saw that.
Huh?
Yes.
Absolutely. Some surprises going under the tree this year. Although I kind of maybe just ruined the surprise.
Well, you didn't say what it was and for whom. 90 seconds left here. The goalie is off. Schwartz and Tarasenko. Tarasenko, empty netter. Oh! He scores! The hat trick for Tarasenko! His second this year. He had one in Dallas. What a night for Tarasenko.
Yeah, won it in Dallas in overtime with that snipe past Lettinen. This one here, nice to get on the ice for an empty netter. I got a whole bunch of Christmas gifts on the ice in front of me now. Some hats, they're just slightly used. Good for Tarasenko. A lot of juggling with the lines with Oshie not here. And on the board battle, he sees the empty net. He's going to fire that in there with no questions asked. And Jaden Schwartz giving him the low hug.
His 20th of the year. That's 1 goal shy of his career high of 21 set last year. And a belated birthday present for Vladdy, who turned 23 on the weekend. What a comeback here in the third period, Darren.
Well, you've got to stay with the game plan against a team like LA. You can't let it slip away. You can't let it get away from you. You can't get frustrated and end up doing things they don't normally do. They trailed 2-1, but they played well for many good parts of that second period. Then to tie it early on with a power play goal.
You know, Darren, maybe one of the keys was that penalty kill late in the second, early in the third when the Kings didn't get a sniff.
No question about that. Real strong penalty. Guy did the penalty kill all game long. I know LA scored the 1 power play goal, but it looked like it was in pretty good shape all game long.
Well, Scott and Bernie will stick around on Missouri Lottery Blues Live right here on Fox Sports Midwest.
Now, this is one of those building block kind of games, too, isn't it? I mean, 4-1, last 5 anyway. Last 7 at home. Now they'll move to 7-0-1. That's since October 24th. But when you beat a good, strong team like LA and you're trailing after 2, that's just a real big confidence booster in how to play the game and stick with the game plan.
That last goal, Tarasenko's third tonight from Schwartz at 18:36. And now the Kings at center ice. Perry Harvey gets it back to the Blues with a minute left in the third period. Here's Lewis to pump it back in. Then he's drilled by Reeves at center ice. And they're going to call a penalty on that. And Lewis gets up and says something to Reeves. He had just dumped the puck in. Maybe they were going to say the hit was late. Or a hit from behind there. I don't know, but all I know is Lewis went down hard.
Interference.
Interference? Calling it interference. He had the puck. We see on this side, Lewis dumps it in. And as he dumps it in, Reeves just goes in there, gives him a little shoulder. Lewis at the end of the shift, Reeves at the end of the shift. Reeves can't believe he gets a penalty on the play. They call it interference.
So the Kings to the power play. They're 1 for 5 tonight. Kopitar wins it back for Muzzin. Now Muzzin to Carter. In front, tipped wide by Kopitar. And now it is Bouwmeester in the corner. Gaborik back of the goal. He has scored both Kings goals tonight. Back to the line, a drive by Doughty. Carter gets the rebound in too tight. Now to Muzzin, a shot, and that was blocked by Stastny. And then Carter to the corner. Good stick there by Pietrangelo. Held in Muzzin. Down the wall for Gabrick. In front to Carter, a shot. That was blocked by Allen. Cleared by the Blues, not out. 15 to go. Now Muzzin for Doughty. The drive, and that goes up high. Allen may have gotten his blocker on it. Now Kopitar in the corner. Here's Doughty in the slide. Doughty drops it. A shot by Muzzin, blocked. And what a comeback win for the Blues. They beat the Cup champions 5-2.
General Manager Doug Armstrong shaking the hand of the Hall of Famer Al MacInnis. The fans got quite a show and quite a treat. And there's Tom Stillman and his wife Mary as well, as the St. Louis Blues bounce back in heroic fashion here, trailing 2-1 after 40 and come back and score 4 goals in the third period.
Led by Tarasenko's hat trick. And the Blues win their 21st of the year. And the Kings lose for the first time in regulation when leading after 2.
Well, John Kelly, time for our Bud Light Player of the Game. The dynamic young Vladimir Tarasenko playing almost 17 minutes of ice time, 3 goals, 1 helper, just a 4-point night and 5 shots on goal, and boy, did he put on a show.
The winning goal at the 13-minute mark of the third. Let's go to Tom Calhoun.
Now, fans, let's meet the Bud Light 3 stars of tonight's game. The game's third star with 1 assist. Playing at a forward for the Blues, number 9, Steve Odds. The game's second star, stopping 21 of 23 Los Angeles shots. Playing in goal for the Blues, number 34, Jake Allen. And the game's first star, recording the 3-goal hat trick. Playing in a forward, Vladimir Tarasenko.
With goaltender Jake Allen. Congratulations, Jake. I wanted to wait for a second to see the reaction with Vladimir Tarasenko. You get to see him all the time, Jake. You get to see him shoot the puck. Anything surprise you with how Vladdy fires it?
No, not at all. You know, I get to see that every day, and fortunate for me, Els, and Marty that he's on our side, and you know, he's showing the league and the world this year what he can do, and I'm not surprised at all.
Jake, it's your first start against the Los Angeles Kings. They won 2 Stanley Cups in the last 4 years. What were some of the things that you were thinking about going into this game and going up against a goaltender like Jonathan Quick?
Yeah, you know, they got big physical forwards. You know, it's tough to see and find pucks. You know, and they throw a lot of dirty pucks around the net, so you got to be cautious around with those areas. And, you know, it's fun to play against world-class goalie like Quick. You know, I always like those competitions.
Well, you mentioned Tarasenko and the way he plays. Also trailing 2-1 going into the third period. The power play absolutely erupts. You're there in practice every day. Have you seen signs of the power play turning like it did in tonight's game on a positive note?
Yeah, you know, guys are finding each other, chemistry. You know, Schwartzy, Vladdy, and Yori all play together on a line the most part, so their chemistry is pretty good. And, you know, Steener's played unbelievable on the point, and, you know, Shaddy's having a career year this year, so... you know, and then we have some secondary scoring as well. So I'm not surprised at all. You know, things are clicking right now, and head off on a solid road trip.
Well, congratulations, Jake. Thanks for taking the time, and good luck in Los Angeles a couple of nights from now.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Scotty, back up to you.
All right, Panger, thanks so much, and congratulations to Jake Allen and the Blues on their 21st victory of the season as Jake helps the Blues to their 5th straight win, and Bernie Federko What a barrage for the Blues in that third period. 4 goals. How about that?
Well, you know what? I just said that before the end of that second intermission, that we're surprised that the Blues are not scoring goals because they lead the league in the month of December. They're averaging just under 4 goals. Well, they got 4 in one period. All of a sudden, they win 5-2. But this is a great character win. We keep talking about this team finding ways to win. And once again, just when it didn't look that good after 2 periods, they erupted, they found a way, and all of a sudden they win another game.
Let's get to our Plaza Tire shot comparison. And throughout the game, we showed you Vladdy Tarasenko versus Marian Gaborik. These two gentlemen had 5 of the goals scored of the 7 here tonight. And of course, there you see 5 shots for Vladdy and 5 goals. That's 3 goals. That's a pretty good percentage.
Very good percentage. We've seen Tarasenko all season long, and he's awful impressive.
All right, we'll be back at the Scottrade Center. Blues win at 5-2. More coming up after this on Fox Sports Midwest.